My name is Mike. Today I'll be your conductor. A little bit of background on our museum today. Back in the 1950s, we had a few businessmen that wanted to preserve some of the railroad history for our future. In the 1950s, we steam locomotives traded into diesel locomotives, and then we picked up one of our first generous donation was the Milwaukee Road 261. This one thing led to another, and 70 years later, we have over 80 rail stock on hand. How's that? I want to thank Aiden and Lily from Oklahoma to ride with us today. Omaha, sorry. Now we're getting ready to come over our low bridge here. As we get closer to the bridge right there. Back in 1813, there used to be an old sawmill here. We have moved the sawmill over to the east side of town, over to a place called Heritage Hill, which is a reenactment town. But if you look down in the water, you see some of these flat rods that look like they do not belong here. They're actually part of the foundation of the sawmill. Plenty of opportunities for our small critters like our duck and geese around the area. Now we're going to be coming over our uncontrolled intersection. So the horn's going to blow 2 times, so I don't want anybody to be startled. Look off to the right, welcome to Clear on the Fox. Clear on the Fox is actually one of our biggest haunted houses in our area. It runs through mid-September to October. Sundays, few Sundays in that area, if you have small children, then you run a Sunday matinee, they turn on all the lights. So the children can walk through and the characters hand out candy, so it's not quite as scary. Before Terror on the Fox was here, we used to do war reenactments in this back area while the train went around. But it was unfortunately we couldn't get all their volunteers to come all the time. Now this back half of Terror on the Fox right here, this would be an old pumpkin patch. Believe it or not, we do offer a great pumpkin ride in October. Children come and they have plenty of games and activities to do, and then they jump on a train and they get a free pumpkin. We do offer a haunted train ride during that time for Terror on the Fox. It actually goes the opposite direction as it comes around direction over here on the corner here. I gotta wait till I get there. I caught it a little bit fast. I apologize. If you look through the woods here, you see the wooden maze. Right up here is the entrance into Terror on the Fox. Believe it or not, they do have a haunted pirate ship back there. Well, Mother Nature has been really good to us right now, so all the trees are super green. We can't really see it right at the moment. Ready to come over our high bridge, fly bridge, which comes right over Dutchman Creek, which flows into our Fox River at a Mach speed of 7 miles an hour. Look off to my right, you'll see the low bridge that we just came over. Perfect opportunity to take a picture of the low bridge. On my left, a nice picture of a stork sitting there in the Fox River. Union Pacific Zone diner car off in there. It's going to take about 2.5 years to get that beauty up and running. And I'll put the tracks for this place. We do over 95% of all the restorations here. We do welding, sandblasting, painting, glass work, the woodwork that you're sitting on. The only thing that we do not do is upholstery. Off to the side of that, we have our Lenfesti building. Our Lenfesti building was opened in 2001. It houses our General D. White Eisenhower Commander locomotive, our Pennsylvania Railroad electric locomotive, and our Union Pacific Victoria. If you look at this marvelous white building here, this is our Fox River expansion building. It was finished in 2005. Over $17 million. I've done some kids like yourself and many donors. It houses the Joseph Lister Hospital car, our Pullman Porter exhibit, and our famous Wolfo car. Getting your packages 1 to 2 days. Back in the day, you might get your packages anywhere from 6 to 9 months later from Sears Roebuck catalog. If you look at the grasshopper looking piece of equipment on the front end of the lineup here, this is our Jordan spreader. Our Jordan spreader is actually run off of air pressure. It hooks onto the front end of the engine. The engine pushes really long, holding up the air pressure, which drops the mighty wings down to our ballast, which levels out the pressure, pushing all debris away from the train so that there aren't any fires. And in the wintertime, it helps out snow. At our wonderful 33 acres that we have here, it's all well maintained. The landscaping, the mud, the flowers, the trees, and everything here, it's all done by volunteers, like the conductor, myself, and the engineer. We do have a handful of administration people that are inside, taking care of our educational part. Some of our donators, gift shop. Now, as we're finishing up our first class on our property here, for those of you that have not been in the yellow building here, this is a children's depot. Believe it or not, it was a replica building of one in 1921. It was built here in 1961. It is our oldest building on site. It used to house all our records in our gift shop. You get things for children to learn and hands-on experience inside there, and adults. If you look off into the distance over here, this red building here is our McCormick building. Our McCormick building houses a half a dozen steam locomotives, as well as diesel locomotives, some train cars, a couple cabooses. A few of those are dated back all the way to the 1800s. Now, if you look off to the left there, you got that silver train sticking out there. That is our GM Aero train. General Motors tried to compete with planes and automobiles. They wanted a train that wanted to go over 100 miles an hour. So they made train cars out of recycled Greyhound buses. Unfortunately, when the train started doing over 50 miles an hour, it was so rough, the passengers started falling out of their seats and stuff, not very comfortable. And when the train started going even faster, it derailed and crashed. Not very good years for GM. Now we are getting ready to come over a little bridge. you absolutely positively cannot find anything to take a picture of, I'll stand here, wave and smile.